So, hello everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you again on our YouTube platform of Ecoholics to cater the CS aspirants of RBI Grade A, Grade B 2025 examination. Now, I think the last session we had that was for the Gender Gap Report 2025, and now again we are here for you people with a new set of, you can say, a live session for the Financial Inclusion Index 2025 released from RBI itself. Now, so in the last session as well, when we had, so we discussed the importance of that topic from the perspective of syllabus and then previous year question. So in this particular session as well, I will let you know that what is the importance of this particular that what is the importance of this particular topic, that is financial inclusion. Now this index is not something that is extremely important. The whole topic, the financial inclusion, the whole topic of financial inclusion is extremely important, because in the last year as well, in NABARD 2024 grade A examination, in the mains examination, they had a question in the economics part. They had a question that in which they asked about all the financial inclusion initiatives that government of India has taken in the last decade. So it was in 2024, so from 2014 to 2024. So in the last decade, what were the different, you can say, the initiatives of government of India to improve the financial inclusion or financial penetration, specifically in rural sector. So this is the kind of this is the importance of this topic. Okay, this is the importance of this topic, and this is why we are covering this particular topic today. So as I said, it's not only about that inclusion index. RBI's financial inclusion index is the only important thing. No, the important thing is RBI. The important thing is financial inclusion in itself, and then whatever information comes around this topic, that is financial inclusion, let it be the RBI's index or index from anyone else important multilateral institution. So if anyone is releasing any data or any information in regards to the financial inclusion, it becomes important. And in this series only, the RBI's financial inclusion index becomes an extremely important topic for you people, because this topic is, although it's a small topic, first of all, there are very small static content as well as the current content, but this particular index got releases once in a year. First of all, it's an annual release from RBI, and it's talk about, and it shows the what is the perception of RBI, or what is the real situation of our economy. Okay, what is the real situation of our economy in context of financial inclusion. Government is doing a lot of thing. Even the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, when it got launched, when the UPI came, and then when the NIFT and RTGS uh, went free. So all these kind of initiatives, whatever government is doing to promote only one thing, that is financial inclusion. Okay, so this particular index becomes extremely important, because if any question came to you that discuss about the financial inclusion, okay, if anything something like that came that discuss about the financial inclusion, then over there, how you will be letting know them that what is the current scenario of the financial inclusion in our country. So this is the kind of data, this is the kind of things that will help you, that is going to help you to not only it will help you in your phase 1 examination. If any MCQ question got prepared on this topic, you will be good to go for that. Even for the phase 2 examination, if the topic came around the financial inclusion or anything, this kind of data is extremely important. You can add this data to improve the quality of your answer. And even in the interview as well, if any question arises on the initiatives of RBI, or what is the, no, because financial inclusion is a kind of topic that is contemporary in nature, that is current in nature. It's not something that it's a event of past. Financial inclusion, we are striving every day, government is striving to improve the inclusion of financial services to the each and every parts of our country. So this is an contemporary, you can say, topic. So for in these kind of topics, it is extremely important for you to go through all kind of data, whatever is getting released by some such great institutions such as RBI, or even some multilateral institutions. World Bank also releases some data on financial inclusion. Okay, they have their own report, and then IMF also, and World Economic Forum also releases some data on financial inclusion. So these kind of data becomes extremely important. And in this series only, we will be dealing today the Financial Inclusion Index of RBI 2025. Let's begin. So let's begin with the discussion. Let me present my screen to you people, and then we'll proceed further. So I hope the screen must be visible to you guys now. Just wait for a minute. Let me check. Okay, so I hope the screen must be visible to you people now. Yes, it's visible. Okay, chalo. Now, so it's visible to everyone. Let me check it out. Okay, now, so here is the thing. RBI's Financial Inclusion Index 2025, and why I have written 2025 because it's only get releases once in a year. Okay, now, first of all, you must be knowing about what is financial inclusion. We had a enough discussion that what is the importance of financial inclusion. Okay, from the perspective of various phases of the examination, from the syllabus as well. But you must be knowing about the basic fundamental thing, that is what is the financial inclusion about which we are talking about. And when I am saying that it is a contemporary thing, or it is an extremely important topic, seeing the current scenario, what is financial inclusion? So just wait for a minute. Just wait. Okay. Now, moving ahead with our discussion. So we will see these three definitions of financial inclusion. Okay? But I will tell you in layman language as well, and then we can see these kind of technical, you can say, or technical definitions released by various committees of RBI, all some multilateral international institution. The first and foremost thing is financial inclusion. From the name itself, you can have a guess. Inclusion, inclusivity in what? Inclusion of all parts of society, all remote areas of societies, each and every individual till the last mile of the society in the ambit of financial services. This is the basic definition of financial inclusion in a layman language, if I would say. Okay, what it is? It is an inclusion of each and every individual that is there in our country, even till the last mile of our society, of our economy, in the ambit of financial services. Now, these financial services can be of many types. It can be having an saving account, can be having an current account, can be having a facility to get credit in their own terms for various activities, including agriculture, MSMEs, and etc. So these kind of services, these, even the penetration of the insurance products as well. Okay, so all these kind of financial services, when we'll talk about, including all the people of society, even the last mile of our society in the ambit of financial services, and each and every person is getting the financial services on their own term, we call it financial inclusion, inclusivity of financial services for all. Now let so this was something that I introduced you about the financial inclusion in a layman language. So even if you see the definitions of financial inclusion as per the World Bank or some of the committees of the RBI, we can see that. Okay, so the first definition is by the Committee on Financial Inclusion, chaired by Dr. C Rangarajan. Now it is an RBI committees only. Now it is the process of ensuring access to financial services and timely and adequate credit where needed by vulnerable groups such as weaker sections and low income group at an affordable cost. Now see, because for a weaker section only, there is a more struggle, because if you see in urban areas, okay, and then in a high income groups, it is quite available for them. All kind of financial services are quite available for them. But we'll talk about, if we'll talk about the vulnerable groups, if we'll talk about the weaker sections or the low income groups, specifically the small MSMEs. MSMEs is small in itself only. Then if we'll talk about some marginal and small farmers, okay? Then if we'll talk about the laborers, unorganized sector laborers. So these are the vulnerable groups. These are the weaker section of our society. So financial inclusion talks about the process of ensuring access to financial services and timely and adequately credit supply to each and every part of our society, exclusively for vulnerable groups, weaker section, and low group at an affordable cost. Now, another definition from the Committee on Financial Sector Reforms chaired by Dr. Raghu Ram G. Rajan. As per these committees' definition, financial inclusion refers to universal access to a wide range of financial services. Now, these wide range of financial services can be anything, starting from the insurance product to the term deposit to the credit facilities to the having an saving on current bank account, everything at a reasonable cost. Reasonable cost is something that is there. Okay. Now this include not only banking products but also other financial services such as insurance and equity products. So everything. It's not only limited till banking products. It includes. It has a comprehensive coverage. Okay. Now as per the World Bank, it refers to expanding access to and use of financial services, including among low income households, micro enterprises, women, and other traditionally excluded groups. The inclusion concept goes beyond access, which refers to owning a financial account. This is what we are discussing from the starting of this session. Financial inclusion is not only restricted to some banking product or some having a financial account. Okay, it is a comprehensive idea of including each and every person of our society. Let it be if that person is coming up from a weaker section or from a low income group or from a vulnerable group, including each and every person of our society in the ambit of a comprehensive idea of financial services, starting from having a bank account, from the availability of credit, then having the access to different insurance products, equity oriented products, everything. Okay, now moving ahead, we have the, so now, as of now, we have a brief idea that what is RBI's financial inclusion index. Okay, we have a brief idea. We have discussed everything. What is this, and what are the different definitions of this particular thing? Okay, so we have discussed everything. Now, moving ahead, let's see that when RBI conceptualized this idea of releasing inclusion index or financial inclusion index. Okay, so when RBI had a thought, let's that now let's release a new index to check the progress of financial inclusion in our country. So it happened with the first bi-monthly monetary policy statement that happened in the financial year 2022. So for the first bi-monthly monetary policy statement of the financial year 2022, RBI announced in its statement on developmental and regulatory policies that they will be coming up with a new index to see to watch over the status of financial inclusion in our country, that is financial inclusion index. Now it got conceptualized as a comprehensive index covering banking, investment, insurance, postal, and pension sector. That's why from the starting of this session, we are having this discussion that it is a comprehensive idea. It's not only restricted till the banking, having access to banking products. Moving ahead, this ranges from 0 to 100. 0 means completely exclusion. There is no inclusion of the vulnerable people or from the people from weaker section. It is a complete exclusion. From 0 to it goes to till 100, which talks about the full inclusion. Now, what are the different parameters and weightage? So in even in the last session that we had about the gender gap report 2025, so in that session as well, I told you one thing, that whenever we discuss these kind of important report and indexes, it is extremely important that we emphasize on the different parameters that is there, or different, you can say, the weightage of those parameters, because although it is a static component, but it becomes important, because on the basis of that parameter only the whole report is going to get released. Even in the last session, I told you, even if you are facing, if you see any paragraph based question for any recent report, or if this kind of index came in the question paper, then you can expect one to two questions from the current data of that report or index, and one to two questions from the static component as well. And that's why the parameter and its weightages becomes extremely important. So there are three parameters: access, usage, and quality. Now they have their different weights in the calculation of this index. So the highest weightage uh, sets with the usage that have a 45% weightage in the compilation of this whole index. So this parameter talks or reflects the demand side of financial inclusion, and has dimensions. What are these five dimensions? Savings, investment, digital pension, insurance, and credit. Then we have the excess that has the second highest weightage in the calculation of this index. Now, this excess has a weightage of 35%, and it reflects the availability of the supply side of financial inclusion. Okay. Then we have the quality that is having a weightage of 20%. Now, it captures the efforts by the stakeholder to educate the citizens about the financial services, their rights, and safe way to use all these facilities. So, three parameters on a, if you see on a weightage basis, if you assemble them, then usage, access, and quality. Okay, these are the three basic parameters of this particular index. आपको, and you also need to remember the weightages as well. Now, composition, so it covers 97 indicators, captures areas of access, availability, usage, and quality of services. Now, quality includes financial literacy, consumer protection, and inequalities and service gaps. So from this thing, so let's complete this discussion, then we will move further. Unique feature is that it doesn't have any base year. So even if you see the different kind of indexes, if you see the consumer price index, if you see the wholesale price index, okay. So for wholesale price index, I think financial year 12 is the base year, okay. Same goes for consumer price index. So for every index we have a base year. With whom? With that base year we compare. So how base year helps? It helps you to compare the growth as compared to that base year. So we usually we take 100 base year score as 100, and then we see what is the growth in the current time or whatever the comparison period is. But the unique feature of this index is that it doesn't have any base year. It got constructed without a base year, and that's why it reflects cumulative progress over the time. Okay? Now, publication, it got releases every year in the month of July from the Reserve Bank of India. So these are the basic static component that was extremely important from the point of view of RBI's financial inclusion index. Now, so from but moving before we move ahead, after all this discussion that we had, this all this discussion gave us a very an extremely important idea, that is the idea of financial inclusion. Okay, we saw that what is the parameters and all these kind of all these stuffs are static in nature, but this discussion gave us a broad idea of what is financial inclusion. So from here as well you can say that it not only includes the banking product, but it's also include the different kind of financial products, including starting from the insurance product to equity oriented product, then from pension sector, etc., as well as financial literacy. It's also talk about the financial literacy. So even if you are having any question in phase 2 or even in your descriptive answer writing on financial literacy, over there as well you can add the data of this index. Even if you are seeing the consumer protection, if you're facing any answer in any essay topic on consumer protection, over there as well you can add it. If you are facing any kind of question on service gaps or inequalities, over there as well you can add the data of this index. So why I'm discussing all these stuffs, because I just want to show you that what is the importance or what is the reach of this index. Okay, you can utilize you can utilize the data of this index in all these areas. If you are facing any kind of topic uh, originating from these areas, you can utilize the data of this index. Now moving ahead, the most important thing, that is what is uh, the data for this release of the July 2025. So whatever release RBI had in this July 2025, what was the data? So for the financial index for the financial year 25, the score was 67 out of 100. 67 out of 100. Now in the financial year 2024, it was 64.2. 2. So there is a growth of what? So it has a year on year growth of 4.3%. Now, progress across sub indices. So we saw that usage, access, and quality. And I will tell you one thing: even whenever you will be seeing this video, or whenever you will be going through this inclusion index data, do remember the sub indices or the parameters in their weightages, in on the basis of their weightages only. What I am trying to say: usage, access, and quality. Okay, so try to remember the parameters in the descending order of their weightages, so it will help you not only in remembering the parameters, but it will also help you. You will not be required to make an extra effort to retain the weightages as well. Okay, so it will help you in that thing as well. Now, so the progress, they saw the progress, they observed the growth in each and every sub indices, let it be usage or access or quality. What were the key drivers? So rise mainly got driven by usage and quality parameters, reflects deeper financial inclusion and better financial literacy. So now see, even the data is about financial inclusion, but we are getting an idea from this index that the growth has happened, financial inclusion has penetrated well in our country, but it is getting improved because of financial literacy. So that is the whole idea of using this data. You can utilize this data each and everywhere whenever you want to use it. Or even if you're talking about financial inclusion, you are talking about the financial literacy, you're talking about the other kind of penetration of financial products, or pension sector schemes, or some equity oriented schemes. In all these kind of area, you can utilize the data of this particular index. Okay, so that was that was it. This was something I wanted to share in our today's live session. And if you want to download this ppt, if you want to get these kind of free data, you can visit our app. You can download our app from the Google Play, and then over there, just by giving some information, you can get all these data for free. You can download this PDF, you can download this ppt, and you can get it for free just by visiting our mobile app. Okay, you can download our mobile app from the Google Play Store, and you over there you can get each and every kind of data for free of cost. Now, and if you have any kind of doubts in regards to how to download this PPT or how to download any other data, and even if you want to have any, if you have any queries in regard to the courses that we have for you, you can contact on this number. You can take a screenshot of this particular slide, and you can contact on this number, and all of your queries will get resolved easily. Okay, this is it for today's discussion. Thank you so much for joining today's live session, and I hope that you people must have got extremely valuable insight from our this live session. And now we will meet in the next live session with another exciting topic for you as parents. Till then, have a great day ahead. Bye.